The New England Laborers present LIUNA Issues and Answers.
Hi, I'm Joe Rocco. Thanks for tuning in. You know, when labor and management work together to collectively address their common goals and interests in open dialogue and a spirit of cooperation, you win. Doesn't matter if you're an employer or a laborer, everyone wins. The Laborers International Union of North America recognized this important concept back in the late 80s when it created the Laborers Employers Cooperation and Education Trust. It's been one of the union's most important and successful undertakings. Gina Ricciardi-Fattori has much more. Joe Rocco back here on LIUNA Issues and Answers. We are delighted to be joined by Mary Vogel and Greg Mancini. Mary is the Executive Director of the Labor Management Construction Safety Alliance based in Boston. Hello, Mary.
Hi, Joe. Nice to be here.
Nice to have you here. Greg is Executive Director of the 21st Century Labor Management Partnership. Greg, welcome to Issues and Answers.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
Let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about the 21st Century Labor Management Partnership and why it was created.
Sure. Joe, it's a combination of the 17 unions of the Rhode Island building trades and several contractor trade associations. We put our forces together to try to be able to expand our market share, create more work for our union members, and more business opportunities for our union contractors.
All working out well?
So far, so good. Yes.
Good. Mary, tell us about your role at the Labor Management Construction Safety Alliance and its mission.
I'm the Executive Director of the Construction Safety Alliance, and its primary mission is to promote safety and health in the construction industry throughout New England. And we work with contractors, unions, government agencies, insurers. There's a lot of construction industry stakeholders that are participating in our work.
How do you, Greg, work with the New England Laborers Labor Management Cooperation Trust Fund, and Mary, you with the New England Laborers Health and Safety Fund to address common goals and help resolve issues that come up along the way? Greg?
Well, the administrator for the fund you just described is on our board, so he's one of the labor members, and his name is Dominic Ruggiero, and he participates fully in the discussion of trying to resolve these issues. We also have another laborer on our board, Ron Coya, he's the president of the building trades, and because he's the president of the building trades, he's on our board. So that's how they interact.
And Mary, you with NELSEF?
We have Bob Moretti, who's the administrator, is on our board as well and has been active with us since our inception in 1998. They've been especially helpful with our annual construction safety conference. They participate in our exposition there, and they've run wellness fairs. And in addition to that, we're also working with the New England Laborers Training Center in Hopkinton to develop an excavation video that we're going to be hopefully producing by the end of this summer.
And how has the work that your respective organizations have done helped to enact important legislation that benefits laborers and the people who employ them?
We actually, when we were created, our primary mission was to ensure that all our 75,000 union workers had completed at least the OSHA 10-hour construction industry outreach program, which is a basic safety and health awareness course. And following the heels of what was accomplished in Rhode Island, we actually were very instrumental in getting similar legislation passed in Massachusetts. So I think earlier in the show you talked about the OSHA 10 programs in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts, and we were very much involved in getting that accomplished in our Commonwealth.
Greg?
We've put legislation forward. Well, initially we had the OSHA 10-hour. That was accomplished just as we could have started in our organization. Really, the laborers, I think, started that kind of before we came on board here, the 21st century. But in addition to that, we put legislation forward that kind of levels the playing field for the contractors who play by the rules. And one example of one is a private right of action for anyone who is not paid their prevailing wages.
Private right of action?
Yes, yeah. You can go to a superior court and you get attorney's fees, you get your court costs, and you get double liquidated damages.
All right, what about challenges and goals that lie ahead? I know you're working on a plan or a program to make Boston the safest place in the world to work. Tell us a little bit about that in 20 or 30 seconds if you can.
Well, it's an ambitious plan. It's hard to describe it in that amount of time, but basically, again, we've created a new partnership to proliferate what we call an incident injury-free environment in Boston and hopefully proliferate that throughout New England.
Good for you. Greg?
Well, Joe, the skyline of Providence is going to change over the next 5 years with some major construction projects, and I'm happy to say they're all going to be union, whether you start with Masonic Temple, G-Tech, across the water from G-Tech, there's a couple condominium towers going up. It's all going to be union, that plus many other great projects.
With, of course, labor and management working well together, side by side, everybody getting along, and everybody wins.
That's
Yes.
right.
Right? All righty. Nice job. Keep up the good work. Greg Mancini, Mary Vogel. We are just about out of time for Mary McGuire, Gina Ricciardi-Fattori, and the many more who helped make this program possible. You'll see their names in just a moment. I'm Joe Rocco. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I want to say to you, to Mary, to Joe, to Faith, to Kevin, Christopher, I want to say to Dean, to Dominic, I couldn't be more proud of the show that you all put on this year. I know this is the last show. Our membership is proud of this show, and I know that our signatory contractors that have a lot to do with it also, are also proud of what we've accomplished here as a labor union to show that what we can do, what our members can do, and what we can do as an organization.